Yo, yo, what's up? Hello, hello. I am back. I am back. Hopefully I'm back. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Thankfully, we are doing our thing, you know. At least, hopefully, we can. I don't know how long we're gonna be streaming today. I try to keep it long, but try my best. Stay longer and see how we can take today. Maybe we can get to the trial, moving further. And yeah, start off with how you guys doing? Hope you guys doing well. Hope you guys doing fantastic. And yeah, we gonna be doing a little bit of Ace of Chronicles today. Ace Journey Chronicles. Yes, this is the right one. But yeah, Assassin's Creed probably tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Fingers crossed. And yeah, I want to get things done. I'm slacking, man. I'm slacking. Sorry about that. Also, cannot always, cannot do everything. Kinda sucks. I really want to, but man. But hey, at least we have some other game to play, chill out a little bit. For me at least, so I'm gonna be playing this. And if you're wondering where we are right now, we are at Sherlock Holmes or Sherlock Holmes' suite? Yes, home. Let's say that. And also the girl that we have met in the last trial is here as well. What does it mean? But also I think she's also one of the daughters of Watson. So yeah, here we are. And we have to talk to her, but first I want to look through the room where we're in right now. There's also on these shelves chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple any moment. See, the perfect power that you can arrange in your own room is the way that it manages itself. That it doesn't, fall over. I keep telling Hurley not to cram so much on those shelves. Good advice. I wanted to look something up in one of those books a while ago, but he forgot probably about it. I was so tightly wedged in, he couldn't get it out, so he went and bought the new copy and said, "Oh, talk about way too much money." Talk about also being lazy though. I do like this fireplace. It's one of the best things I've seen since we have arrived in the country, in fact. It's pretty cozy, right? Lingering beside the fire and watching the flames flicker and dance in the grate. Oh, it's so relaxing. Can't relax, not when there are so many interesting things on the mantelpiece. Oh, it's just as it was described in the stories. It is? Yes, exactly. Inside the Persian slipper, for example, are my chocolates for 11s. 11s? What's 11s? And transfixed by the large jackknife. It must chopping list for the market. Damn, did the eyes lose life, really? Oh, it's not quite how I remember it being described in the adventure of Sherlock Holmes. Poor Sister Son. He looks crushed, yes. Her eyes lost all kinds of life. Well, there goes, man. There goes your imagination and stories. It looks like that a huge metal chest is being used as a table. Is it a chest? Looks like a huge luggage. Is it luggage? It looks like a huge, what do they call it again? Something. But the chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock. So, another son, you mustn't go around opening things. Are you? I have to keep my eye on you, don't I? You are very mischievous. Is it klepto? How did you come to that conclusion? Oh, the chest. Oh, it's the chest, okay. But it's some of my most valuable things, okay? What is it? Doesn't tell me you're not going to give us any clue about what they are. I mean, I know how old you are, you know. Could be 12, 13, 14, or you could also be 20, 21, 22. Ah, mysterious shoe, accused hammer, some mysterious dancing man, a bust of Napoleon. What? A bust of Napoleon? I mean, okay. Oh, what an entrancing collection. Is it really that entrancing though? I mean, it looks alright. Doesn't look really special. This is the first time in my life that I've seen a lonely old shoe displayed as an ornament. Maybe it's a special shoe? Oh, those are all mementos that Hurley has collected from his past cases. Really? Even the bust? Yes, that's right. When Wu takes him, he likes to throw it on the floor and smash it to dust. Wait a minute, how many does he have of those then? Poor defenseless Emperor. Mr. Sholmes destroys it. Yes, and then he buys a new one. Like it sounds like he has the temperament of an insane sculptor. How entrancingly bohemian of him. I don't know. Man's got way too much money. I mean, you could also see what kind of contraption all he has around him, right? Alright, let's look in this corner over here. To be honest, I like this area I like more than the one over here. I don't know, maybe it's something to do with how everything's structured in this area. Like you have two big windows, and then everything else is on top of this table. What on earth is this huge over-the-top machine? That's the great analytoscope. Wait, what? Analytoscope. Yes. Can analyze anything really. Just call it a microscope or something like this. And that's really, I don't care. Can analyze anything really, anything at all. That's absolutely incredible. One of Hurley's invention. It took him a whole year. He said it was helping with his investigations. What sort of things has he analyzed with it, do you know? Well, actually, he hasn't used it for anything yet. Oh. Why not? Apparently, on the evening, he finally completed it. It suddenly occurred to him. Hey, what did occur to him? I don't actually have anything I need to analyze. Oh dear. Oh dear. How about you, Runo? Or Runo? Do you have anything you'd like to analyze? What? One thing that springs to my mind. Mind is the machine itself. Interesting. I'm thinking outside the box. Okay. Let's see. We have a violin. I've seen pictures of the Western musical instruments like this. It's called the violin, isn't it? Of course it is. Mr. Sholmes is renowned for his violin playing. Oh, really? Absolutely. It's often explained in stories. It's inspirational and not those are inspirational. But are those stories not true? Does he know how to play it? I really started playing the koto, which was the closest Japanese stringed instrument I could find. What a shame you couldn't bring it with you into London. Ah yes, well, I was beaming when I asked him if he'd buy me one. But after a while he asked if I would only practice when he was out of the house. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I guess you never had a tutor? So now it's merely an ornament in my room. That must have been an awkward conversation. Okay. My first thought was, dang, she can do this as well? And the next one I said, okay, now I know why. Alright then, Yeah, this one doesn't have anything much, sadly. Even though it looks amazing. Yeah, I like this area as well. This is for... I want to... What was the actual name again? What's the name? What was it? Iris. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely Iris's corner. I like it too. Probably because it has windows in it. That's what we might guess. I like it because it had windows in it. Yeah. What on earth is that big lump over there? That fascinating thing is called typewriter, yes. Typewriters, a thing of the past. They're pretty cool though, if you look at one. It's a machine that allows you to write on paper without needing a pen. Really quickly to ammo. I mean, it's not really wizardly quick. It has more something to do. You have to learn how to type on a keyboard. Then you can also probably type on a typewriter. That's where the quickness comes from. And you definitely need some more power in your fingers, right? You need some finger strength to actually something with it. But that sounds like it could be very useful for someone like me with terrible handwriting. Well, my handwriting also got a bit worse over the years. But most likely because I'm on my computer a lot, so yeah. Probably with a bit of practice, I can probably get back into it. It's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles too. Oh yes, but don't touch any of those. They might explode. Explode? What? Are they exotic chemicals? Do you use them for exciting experiments? Yes, indeed. And as Hurley always says, chemistry is an explosive science. I'm sorry. I agree, a single discovery can trigger an explosion of innovation all around the world. Also an explosion inside your house. Set everything aflame. Or perhaps he just meant it literally. Either way, mental note. Don't touch any bottle that belongs to Iris. Yes. Iris or Iris. Depending on how you want to say it. What a beautiful English tea set. It's so neatly arranged. It's a favorite pastime of mine. A cup of herbal tea in the afternoon. Tea made of herbs? That's right. I grow all sorts of herbs in the trees, so I can experiment with different blends. One moment, don't go away. I brew a pot of special blend I came up with earlier. Wait, what? Looks delighted. I know if it's safe to drink. It's tea, you know, what could go wrong? Yeah, what could go wrong drinking tea? Well, I mean, I'm not seeing anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright, I think we did. We looked around. Let's yeah, let's talk to her. Iris. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey. Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Did we have a large... Oh yeah, we did. There's a gun and a rocket launcher. Like this. Ah, thinking back now. You left with Miss Lestrade. Or Lestrade. In tow, didn't you? Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade. Oh, Lestrade. I don't know why I keep saying Lestrade. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe something to do with some are differently pronounced than the other. Also, London could be a bit weird in names. So yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Oh, I just go with what I think is right at the time. So. I might be switching back and forth, or just stick with one. Who knows? Oh, Genie. Yes, she's a professional pickpocket. So we find out, yes. You're very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that. Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption? Exactly. I followed her, you see, to get back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. Why does everything have to do with self-destruction? It's good, it's dangerous. Oh really? The thought of it right now? Anyway, I brought Jeannie back here. After that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician. Are you a technician? Early, of course. Silly. Early? Yes, Sherlock Holmes. We live here together. I had no idea the great had such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not like... What? I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? I mean, depends what kind of relationship you have. Well, then, what is your relationship with Mr. Holmes? Well, I expected you found out that logics of any kind in London are expensive, yes. Well, the solution is to share the cost with the partner or a roommate. Okay. Your roommates? I hope you don't mind me asking on this, but how old are you? 10 at least. Okay. How are you 10 years old and doing all the things right now? Well, what of your mother and father? Oh no, they are not around. Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. I don't want to go around. Okay, let's go Wilson. So it wasn't really Watson. Maybe it's because of different storytelling. Because in Japanese, I think they're saying Watson and Sherlock Holmes. But when it comes to writing, they say Herlock and Wilson probably. Maybe that. So we don't see Watson and Sherlock. There's something I must have seen. Of course, go ahead, Susie. I'm a very great fan of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and oh, you have a copy of Rand's magazines? Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship, but now you can't get one, right? Actually, now you can get it perfectly here. Fresh off the print. Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world. My stories? Oh no. Oh no. Susato-san. Let's get... Oh no. Let's get their dreams crushed. That right Hurl is always in solving such amazing cases. Tell me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness. Last night he was telling me all about the new case he just loved on a steamship, traveling from a faraway land. Cool. So he is doing all kinds of those things, huh? I was just in the middle of typing up a manuscript for the next issue before you came. I mean, he definitely talks with her a lot. I guess maybe because maybe Iris is not that much, no, traveling like he is. So you are the author. Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you'd like. I'm going to call this latest adventure Speckled Band. Wait. No, I was just thinking it was the name of the chapter or episode. Speckled Band, that's certainly very familiar. No, of course, I always change one or two details in the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake. It'd cause all trouble. Wow, really? Wait a minute. I mean, then that means that all the stories about Sherlock Holmes is wrong, right? Because they have one or two things differently. Oh, that was Mr. Holmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I know that the snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you? I mean, if it sells well, then I guess you're making something, right? So, do you mean to say what sort of Mr. Shows that are published in Rand's magazine? All written by me, yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson. The sun's getting more and more worked up. Ah, yes, is it a pen name? Oh wow, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I'm a doctor of medicine. What? No, at 10 years old? At 10 years old? Okay, what the fuck? I'm getting bamboozled over here. What? 10 years old and already dark? Wait, nah. You know how long it takes to study even medicine? Oh, it's incredible. Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Gentleman? Said no one ever. Ah, yes. And I altered the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling. Makes sense, right? Oh no. Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? Why? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow. I suppose it does, yeah. Goes to the sun. Looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Oh, I mean, I guess I think she's still gonna read those stories, but you know, she will always have it in the back of her head, like, oh shit, or back of her mind that you know, it's a 10-year-old girl writing the stories. About before. Yes. What's on your mind? Do tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London? I mean. Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that? Oh, that's what you mean. Please tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted, although there is really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Damn, those goggles, man. Irish Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Please don't. First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Bruno. After all, I met you yesterday at your belly and the defendant's antechamber. But you ought to say that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that? I observed the passport travel ticket protruding in your breast pocket. Oh, so I was reasonably confident that you must have only arrived in the country. On top of that, you accepted the case against a particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs. The report the Bailey. I walked right into that one, huh? Didn't I? And also read ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. Wait, where is it? You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with the suspect, weren't you, earlier today? Ah. Just have to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. I didn't realize. And the red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So, they told me even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded. The two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at the local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particular sad expression on your face, so I concluded the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That leads me to believe that you must have accepted a new case. I see. But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. Thought we that he caught the Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. The Japanese mean? Well, glee, there must have been Natsume-san. Haruno has a fancy little Japanese sword. And I think you always call it a kimono, isn't it? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from a Japanese yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Harley caught. There was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. We both came here to ask Harley about the case. Yes, we did. There's a note on the mantelpiece. It says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Or it's always about stabbing his notes with a knife, you know, easily. Oh, I wasn't really reading. I just was clicking. Was it? And that's all there was to it, really. I mean, it's more kind of bad for the wall, though. All the stabbing. The wall doesn't deserve that. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions. Well, was it the winner? Were my deductions correct? They were spot on. Really? They were spot on? I mean, yes, most of the time, yes. It was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. Managed to certain something of Mr. Schultz's delivery. Oh well, I was just copying. Only style for that. This is pretty good news. You tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man, you will, won't you, Iris, please? Okay, Iris, tell us. Tell us what you got. So yesterday, Mr. Schultz apprehended the Japanese man, you were saying? Yes. Well, he had just arrived back in London after the sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene. Ah, the weird detective is a popular man, it seems. Apparently a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Is the answer beyond any doubt? Yes. Suzuki-san said that he didn't see anybody else on the street at all. But it seems there were witnesses after all. But he used his great deduction powers to determine the man's address. There was a lodging room nearby. Went directly there with the police, and what did they find? Short, shifty-looking stooped man, shivering in fear. Sean's great deduction certainly hit the mark at the time. I mean, he definitely hit the mark, right? Because it was obvious, right? Someone running away from a crime scene, and then acting all either really scared or fearing. Maybe not completely, but you know. So, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. But tomorrow's too soon for the trial, isn't it? Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Police say that London is rife with crime. Oh. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. Oh dear, I didn't realize the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying to find criminals in court. Stuff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. It's terrible. I suppose this harsh reality of the workings of the greatest justice system. I suppose it is. But in that case, I don't hold out much hope for those. Well, I mean, he's again in a position where I guess he did the wrong thing, the wrong time. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. That's been very informative. Oh, you're most welcome. Had so much fun. Okay, little 10-year-old girl. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sharms is at the moment? As he guessed it, we'd like to ask him some questions about the case as well. Oh, I expect Hurley's still investigating the scene. Case involving Mr. Natsume? Yeah, Mr. Nuts. Oh, May. Hurley said he was going and lodging. Leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Alice, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? You have to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there. Yes. No, Inspector Gregson. Ah, good. Ah, good. In that case, give Gregsy this for me, wouldn't you? What's this? Is there like a penny on it? You do that. I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. What is this? A 5-shilling piece. Then the postcard, it seems. Iris postcard. A card for Inspector Gregson, huh? See it. It reads, "Let a gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. Justice won't be a problem." Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it? Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript to the Speckled Band. I'll be making more special blends of tea, so come back again soon. You're delighted? Thank you so much, Iris. Well, now that the sun is back to the scene of the crime. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the man of Scotland Yard at all. Yes, definitely not suspicious. Get back to the scene with Iris' curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. To be continued. Alright, to be continued. I'm still wondering what kind of influence she has, because that she can put that down. Railroader. The other police are still here, carrying on with their investigations. Apparently they are. Okay. Let's see. I mean, it's almost the same writing I have. Yeah, it's almost like mine. No, wait a minute. It is actually my handwriting. I mean, it is, like the wording, the art style. It isn't really an art style. It's more like a writing style. It's almost the same as mine. I mean, quite impressive to see. Alright. As it looks though, the police are still here, carrying on with the investigation. Perfect, so let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes, we do. This is what the sound. Yes, we do. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at the silver tip Iris gave us for him. Right, he's still eating chips? How much chips does he eat? I know you're a detective and who doesn't have a lot of time, but really? Let me schlonging that thing down, boy. I don't think we have to look around for now. Alright, let's see. Where do we start? Let me see. Is there anything new? I don't think so. Yeah, let's just, go on with it. Present. There you go. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts. Really? Gadabouts? Really? That's for sure. Wow. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. Oh, for me, from her ladyship. Ladyship? Her ladyship. Give them here. At once! Come on, hand it over. That's for me. What are you saying, dog? Yeah, wait for me. You will you? What was the coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously. But it's a lot more than that. It's, well, an appearance fee. That's what it is. An appearance fee? Oh, I see. That's right, for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time. Yes, yes, of course. I know all about your experts, Inspector. I read them very avidly. Of course, you're using my name without my say so. It does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I mean, sounds like you paid for something that you get, right? Your appearance. That doesn't mean, you know, your appearance won't be the butt of the joke. I'm sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never mind that. So, what you want to know then? Okay, sorry. A gentleman will like whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. It is. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector. Well, I'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache man. Japanese fellow. A mustache. He lives in the right, right old hovel. You're just over there. Look, over there. On the first floor of that house, in the corner where that wreck of a bicycle dropped up, and also where everything's bricked up. He definitely was not bricked up. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, the landlord is Mr. John Gary Deb. Right, well, see her again. Make sure you give her ladyship my regards. You hear? Sure, sure. You mean it? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector. We will. Damn. He's so, He's so... Why is he so aggressive for that? Gotta calm down. Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship. Alright, man. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yes, indeed he did. Yes, so then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Not so Miss lodging? Definitely. Alright. Let's get to it, shall we? That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? Yeah, it kind of is. Not a typical old brick building, yes. I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. I mean, does it though? Our time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked, sagging all over. In fact, it looks decidedly worse shaped than the other houses around here. Yeah, even though it's the most colorful one. Going to Inspector Gregson, that's the house where Mr. Natsume has lodged. Let's cross the road from where the incident took place, I see. Yes, definitely. It must be awful for Suzuki-san getting caught up in something like this in a foreign land. I mean, he's been here for like a year. They shouldn't be that far behind on everything else. Okay, so let's go inside. Okay. No location, yes. Time to go inside. The fuck is this? Jesus. Jesus, wait. Not even the maid. Oh yes, this would be the residence of Mr. John Gadidep. Indeed, it would. Sir. And who may I say? Calling? My name is Leonosuke Naruto. I am... Mr. Naruto is representing Mr. Suzuki Natsume. I believe he takes lodging here. Would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. Okay, what is up with her? One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Gadidep. Did you see that, daughter-san? That was a real-life English maid. No, as I understand it, anyone standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I ever seen one in flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better and better. It sure does for you. It certainly feels like we're really arrived now, doesn't it? You kind of did. You need only meet the butler, and the experience will be complete. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Gadda will see you now this way. Yo man, he looks like a moon. Let's do first some examination. Definitely you have to look around. That looks like a Medal of Honor and showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight. What the old thing? Sorry. I'd be glad to see the back of it, but General would burn in his grave if disposed of it. It was the best place for it. This bally thing out of my way. I mean, sure, oh sorry, sure it does. It's just been polished to shine by accent, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription on the middle itself. Look, let me see. It says, "For distinguished participation." Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Well, One doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet. I was given that for my time in the army. I can measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. Definitely, you know. In his, I guess, smoking pipe. To steer the cup of tea. Sounds about right. I would too. If I had one. Even though I don't smoke. Look at that enormous screen. Must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. I could be behind it, I wonder. I'm going to have a very quick look, just a little peek. Maybe let's not. Otto. I think the maid's going to head us off a cup of tea. So suspicious though. Why would you... What is on the ground? Is it some kind of... like a candle? I don't know what it is. Oh well. A cannon inside a... What's this cannon? What's it doing here? Oh my. Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica, but it's not. It is not a replica. Who would have thought? The old thing. Ah. That's a little more than a toy. Sorry. The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never knew when the enemy might attack, and it's jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Really? It isn't overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. You think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Depp? Oh, what's this? Take a drone here. Her face to have a clean apron in the turf. Dress them over the barrel, you see? Yes. You drive very well on the cannon there. John tells me which rather proves my point, I feel. Used to a drying rack. No wonder the huge can looks like it's hanging its head in shame. Yeah, I'm more, you know, the fact that, you know, it would be sunken down into the ground. It would leave a whole mark there. Okay. Before? The field looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? Really been well looked after, though. Little thing. Not much that drags, really. Oh. What a curse for when you garp like a retirement bash, you know? With a bash, right? But I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. We're gladly thrown out, but you know how it is. I mean, he's a tsundere, 100%. I mean, I didn't like it that much. I could throw it out, but I decided to keep it, you know? Can't be me. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have an old piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Not really, no. No, it does not. That's actually pretty normal, to be honest. That's pretty normal. Oh, I see. Guess we should leave the past in the past. Maybe, once in a while, yes. Unless you have a pile of books here, Mr. Got It Up, do you enjoy reading? I've experienced the London winter, boy. The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, there's a copy of Rand's magazine here, I see. No doubt the guy enjoys the adventure of Sherlock Holmes too. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. Yes. Yes, he does. Let's see, let's click on it. Good day to you. John Got It Up at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruto, and he's a defense lawyer. You excuse me not getting up? Shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Maywen, don't you know? Earned a medal for my pains, but I had to withdraw from service, handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. So he's a retired soldier. A hell of a job getting up and down the stairs now. I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite the climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was panting off the stairs. You really must take more exercise. Out of the sun. Do you think so? Well, Mr. Gallidap, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. It was nothing. I would like to offend the general, though. Well, garden displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, John? Let these good people see it properly. John, fetch. Dash it all, woman. Be careful. Dear me, I do beg your pardon, sir. Well, you need to take the skin off my hands. I should be more careful, sir. So anyway, there you have it, living the quiet life now. Yes, I see. Are you not going to get the medal down? Or is it going to be our life now? Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs, alright? Yes, we will be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only to please, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace and brightly. Fortunate alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Oh, is it? Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, would you believe? Yes, Mr. Horrocks. Could have been. Didn't catch the chef's name, not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. Oh, but, you have a copy of Rand's magazine here, so, no. Oh, sweating. Anyway, the chef's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. This is Sosuke-san's room. Bally nuisance. Is what it is. Is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains. I don't like all the fuss. Jolly unsettling. I guess the word is jolly. No. I need to still look around. Oh look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up. Is it really lined up though? Looks more like broken down. Lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up looks more like someone has half demolished them too. Afternoon tea is time to of indulgence, you know? It's quite the English way. Oh really, is it now? Is it? It is Mr. Gerb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. I mean, we also have tea time, but not really big fan of tea time. I'm more kind of person who enjoys tea whenever I want. So it's usually like, you know, maybe like once every 3 months, or maybe just going full ham or the full week of tea. It's like a back and forth. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute. So, there are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, and it would never do waste the leftovers. Oh, that's why you look like, I guess, a rolled up cake. So whatever Mr. Goddard doesn't need, I say to myself, John, you shall have to tidy up. That's why you look like one as well, like a cake. How? Magnanimous. Of you, magnanimous. With the broken teapots and all of that. Look at this crockery of display here. It's very unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London dress-up. Isn't that delightful? How is it? Although the shells seem to be broken, and the crockery is, oh dear, it's a peak. Yeah, it really is. The word cracked wouldn't do the Chinaware justice. Ah, I wonder if the cannon was fired at all. If the cannon was fired at it. Ah, probably something like that. Let's not delve too deep here. Yeah, let's leave it at that, you know? Just leave it at that. Let it live by its miserable self. This window looks out over the Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Wait, shouldn't he? Oh yes, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. Okay. Can't see very clearly. I wonder. I should have noticed the bitterness of London winter, sir. Sorry. What are you saying? As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pod. I mean, surely it won't freeze. No London would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of a winter, I assure you. It seems very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident. I mean, who knows? Maybe. That portrait of Mr. Gaddidap is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Gaddidap as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece. Yes, it seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker. That little trinket seems to be come back. What do you mean? The chef who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came up with that thing. In point of fact, I know. Now I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus. Right. The son doesn't pull her punches, or her throws, for that matter. I mean, that's how she is, man. Never holding any punches. The only thing she's holding down is Glacier. Are those mortar shells? Mortar shells. They're enormous. Oh, I hadn't noticed. What are they doing there? Well, I didn't even notice them before you said it. I looked at the picture behind it. Oh, those old things. Couple of little rounds. I accidentally fired into the barracks during the training, you know? And you grabbed them. Just randomly, right? You went where you shot them at, and then picked them up. Became a bit colorful regime and folklore that incident. I mean, you deliberately hunted out the shells, spent shells. Well, I wouldn't say deliberately. They only scrap iron after all. Usually just thrown it away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you? For what exactly? I mean, they're already spent. They're empty shells now. Yes, well... Down here, did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was dusted. Oh no. I shed a tear since 1869. Before then, you know. Maybe reconsider throwing them away. Maybe you should consider doing that, right? Maybe you should consider throwing them away. Is there anything else that you have missed? Okay, there's one more. It might be hold him here. Alright, let's get to it. About Mr. Natsume. Well, Mr. Natsume then. Mr. Garev, please do tell us, who is this guy we are representing and why is he living here? Oh yes, the Japanese chef. Only been lodging here for a week. Oh, just 1 week? What, 1 week? So he moved in very recently and then already committed a crime. Can't believe those Japanese people. Can't believe it. I have 2 lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor, one just below us. The first floor room became available a week ago. Okay, what? What is his maid doing? Do be careful. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, sir. Want to know my opinion? I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I said I don't know what the fuck. Why? Why are you doing him like this? They seem to have the most nervous disposition, always shaking under looking over his shoulder. I mean, maybe it's just, curious. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. Wow, really? Did he know? I said to myself, John, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's going to do something on tour. Oh wow. Really, we're already going this way, huh? I really won't want anything. Won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Yes. We'll literally sabotage everything. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes, oh yes, indeed there was, oh god. And she's dying to tell us. Yes, she sounds like someone we should not be trusting at all. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger and Mr. Natsume? Oh my words, yes, the man was shadier than an orchard. Oh god, this lady's already annoying. Maid, please. Could you elaborate? Well, take the man's room. Faculty stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. He never so much passed his time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor at all. Just throws off that old bookshop there every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up. Long past the time. Everyone else in the house has gone to bed. I mean, so what? Let the man stay awake? Oh, I see. Gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed at around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Ah. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? Oh? I said that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house, is that correct? That's right, yes, they're both below us. On the first floor and street level. Okay, why is this guy looking so, why is he sweating? There's nothing to be sweating about, just answering some questions. Then how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed. Are you spying on them? Don't be more careful, woman. Oh my goodness, sir. I'm terribly sorry. Okay, this is getting a bit more annoying. I think they're trying to hide something. So something doesn't add up here. Yeah, it's like they're trying to throw him under the bus. The incident 2 days ago. Seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Actually, if they know so much about them, then they've been looking at the man the whole time, right? What's the best place to look at someone, you know, to spy on if you can just look out the window, right? You have to look out the window at around that time. The window? Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over the Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garidep household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, John? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then? Such as? Anything at all, even it seems unrelated. Well, yes, was there something then? Well, it's nothing particular, significant, but okay. Alright. Well, nothing particular, but at around the time, sort of time in here, there. Dude, she's literally hiding 100% something. Like, there's no way. Every time it gets to the good part, she literally pours tea over. Oh dear me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. How much tea is in that teacup? I mean, that's in a can of tea. Is it a can? No. I forgot the name, what it was called, but definitely in that, you know, that thing over there. Be more careful, woman. Of course, sir. It's a narrow hollow. Yes. I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing insignificant took place here at the hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really? To get up the way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really nothing. Okay, she's 100% hiding. Begging your pardon, sir? Nothing happened. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. John. That's right. What is the matter with these two? Sounds like something happened here, in this room on the evening of the incident. But what? I wish I knew. I wish I knew as well. That's the rest of the room. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on? Why, certainly, just below us, on the first floor. And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak. Yes. Told me that's his name. Had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. But that has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services. It's a blatant lie. Why would it be alright if we also look around in my son's room, I mean? Don't see why not. Just down to one flight of stairs. Who knows if we find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we? Yes, and while we're here, while we're there, we'll speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. Yeah, I don't know. So, annoying me. Like, this maid definitely is hiding something. Like, he wants her to tell us, but she doesn't really want to speak with us at all. What a... I mean, I think we should 100%, push a bit further. Go to his room. Quite dark room. Let's look at this place. And smell it. It's so musty in here. Yeah, it has no windows, man. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have windows. Literally everything's gonna stuck. Yeah, there's gonna be fucking mold everywhere. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. Yes, also that. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in my life. I mean, you can see so many books. I mean, there were definitely a lot of books in, you know, in that one place, in the clock tower. There was definitely a lot of books there. Maybe something to do because, there are so many books not really arranged right, like just laying around. That's why it looks a bit bigger. Also, because it's a small room, a lot of books, everything will look a bit more. Which so dark in here. That window over there. Well, it was the window, I think. Yes, once upon a time, but for some reason, closed up with bricks and mortar. So this is where Mr. National is. By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? Oh, that's true. But according to what Mr. Gadadep told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere, investigating. Let's look around. There's a cat. Could you even call this a window? I think so. It was a window at the one time. After all, although all that remains is a frame around some bricks now. So really, it's just a wall then, isn't it? But why would anyone deliberately break it up like that? I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah, perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on it. In a fit of whimsy. No, no, not really. Ugh, it's alarming feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive. Yes, it's pretty terrible. Always have ventilation. It does. Imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely tiring. Oh yes, indeed, it would be very tiring indeed. Indeed, very tiring. Let's see. I guess books here. Look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reached the ceiling. You're gonna be reaching the ceiling soon, or they already have. They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty. That's what books do, right? Smell like, they're moldy. There are too many of them. Or environment as well, so not gonna count that out. With this volume of books, man, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? I mean, if you read through a lot of books, you would definitely come, at at one time you will be, I've read so many books and haven't got the time to rearrange everything. What? No, what a dreamy idea. A bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. I mean, order, right? Order in books will work. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will never be read again. Yes, tower will go up higher. Ah, so reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. Us? I don't think Leonoska did any of the tea ceremony stuff. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Uh, philosophy? I mean, you never know, right? Where it goes. Oh, that, oh, it looks like a beckoning cat from home. Isn't it beckoning? Going back, beckoning cat. Alright, alright. It's all bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that market mannequin. Oh, it's a mannequin Nick. Okay, all the way from home, from Japan with him. Hmm. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I think he did. How do you think you're in a position to comment? Naruto-san, why are you looking at me like this? Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Wait, what? Did you bring that? Okay, okay. Oh, it can be dangerous traveling abroad. I want a lucky charm. This is a huge lucky charm then. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same and this cat is sure to back and good luck. Hmm. He's not doing a very good job so far, is it? I mean, yeah, not really. Maybe unlucky. Maybe unluckiness is for him. You must say such things. Say a word. See this. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? I mean, maybe it's because how you react, I guess. Maybe. All right. What else we have? I mean, of course, yeah, cat is there. Man, look at all these chickens. Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them in English. I mean, he's still learning English, right? So it looks like a waste paper basket's so full they're just falling out. Yeah, I mean, this comes down to more being lazy. I think I think Natsume-san must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you think? So, or deeply averse to tidying up his mess. That might be more appropriate. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Both can be close to the truth and still be wrong, right? Alright, let's see if it's for the book or for the cat. We'll see. It does seem to be wedged into the crevice between the mountain of books on the other side. On either side. Yes, from the looks of it, yes, it does. Let's sit there and read while stroking his cat. Cat. Surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes? Surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Not books, maybe the contents of the book. Huh? Yeah, he must have done, mustn't he? I don't believe so. He did something, but maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Oh, what's this? What is what? What you gonna tell me? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Really, your books? Alright, alright. Your books. Ah, yes, Mr. Letter's name is on it. Look, and the date of purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45. So that's where his money goes, huh? Towards books. I mean, at least he's smart, right? Is it smart if you wrote a book? Not really, no. It's the day of the ancient incident. And maybe that's something that, helps him out. A little bit at least. It's just a short while before he was embroiled in the terrible attack. Must been on his way back from buying some old books. Looks like it. I mean, at least it's some kind of receipt, right? It shows that he wasn't really, doing any murdering. Alright, so the cat is. No, it's not. Okay. Oh my, what an adorable little cat. I guess it's pretty cool. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away. Yes, while his master is in prison. Definitely not gonna happen anything, right? Hopefully not. I don't know about that. He disappeared into the pile of books as quick as a flash. I had to find a different place to sleep. It was a tricolor Ike, wasn't it? They even have this sort of cat here in Great Britain. Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan. Oh wow. It made me feel homesick right now. Homesick now. Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days. Yeah, and we already spent so much money. And God, he got wrapped up into 2 murder trials. Oh wait, I think we have everything here. Yeah, looks like it. Alright, let's go over to the right. Wait, what? My man just literally starts sitting there, sitting on mountain of books. It's Sholmes. Oh look, Naruto-san. Aha, there he is. There is the mountain goat at least. Where did he appear from? Yeah, good question. Where did he appear from? Before I looked over, he wasn't even there. Now it's there. Okay. Do happen quite quickly. He seems to be engrossed in the pages of old books. Sure does, he sure does. I hope he won't mind if you disturb him. Hello? Mr. Sholmes? You answering me? Like you wanna ignore me. Gonna be calm. Ah, you too. Good day. Good day. Hello, hello. Now let me see. Where was it that we met? Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Buria. Yes, of course, the Buria. And let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Asogi died tragically, but you were a great help to us. Ah yes, but of course. Case of Mr. Asogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Well, seem to remember something of it at least. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by a great Horlock Sholmes. This is but I mean, he should know that. He was the one who always put on those cuffs on him. Oh no, my dear madam, hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior power of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain and attic. Not a photo. Okay, not yet. Okay. And Mr. Susato. Alright, try the other way around. Lose the first round. Yeah, quite a detect value. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my baker's institute the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yards ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. We solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes, though we apprehended Suzuki-san in that short amount of time. I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvement a little. A little? It's a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useful facts. Let's should elbow out a useful ones. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. He means Iris, I suppose. Mr. Sholmes, there's some extremely important question to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should be the only too pleasant. And this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Oh, nope. I don't want to... Hey, wait, can we look around now? Okay, there's nothing there, okay. Okay, now we can talk to him. What's with the rest? You know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name Josugi Natsume. It seems... Oh, whoops. Bit too fast. It seems that you assisted and arrested Mr. Sholmes for the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume. Yes, I believe it was the name. It was a name rather along those lines. Mr. Natsume died and denies it. Okay, was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Mr. Sato. I have not the slightest idea what you mean. Well, I can't believe he was looking so squarely the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh, how? I assure you have no recollection of accusing your stupid hatred of the crime, but that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity of and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. Ah, a man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement at the scene. When the book plates was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. Now speaking with proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? How many details were received around here somewhere from the establishment in question? But you don't think Mr. Natsume is culprit then? That I could not tell you. But it was aggravating faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books. I found myself quite lost in bibliophilia. Don't be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh dear, oh dear. Got it up, the landlord. Tell me, have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Gadidap, retired military man. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Intuition. That is the services. It was the first time I've ever met a maid from the British Institution. Institution. Okay, that's the right one. That is service. Okay, I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes. Yes, I read as much in the Great Britain primer. And so, conversely, whether or not a household employs a mermaid has come to betoken the social standings of those dwelling therein. Token? Their social standings, sorry? The token? What the word is betoken? But simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who don't are beneath that. In the upper echelon of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary. As you can appreciate, though, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. And it's for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired army veteran, Mr. John Gadidap. Oh. Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to assert. I am thoroughly lost on what he means to say. I think what he means is they know more than they show, right? Because the maid keeps on interrupting the guy for not telling the truth. This room is thoroughly suffocating from her soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. Okay, mate. No. No. Mr. Smith has stabbed no one. But sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here. About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes? Where's there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there's a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. The window tax. Window tax? What is that? Surely not a tax on windows. But how do you do that? Oh my goodness. Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of the windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home, perhaps rapidly closed windows up. But which opened windows here and there and everywhere, in an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, diseases was rife as a result. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. But its legacy remains, as you can see. A squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Nutsmith's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging. Discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room is so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Natsume has only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. So, still, there is a lot of relevance here, a matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, Mr. Narada, was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? Or that, did you? Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure on what grounds. Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well then, congratulations, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. And the thing is, it really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients, to trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? Really, fellow, I haven't the first idea. How about it? I thought that's why you were here, didn't you? Come back to visit, investigate? Oh yes, that was indeed my initial intention, but there are simply too many fascinating books here. Can't possibly ignore them. Oh, so you got distracted, as one would say. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of the soup, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That's all I can see. And one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I'm quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Mr. Garrett is, Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? I mean, come on, Rionosuke, you've seen him. You also noticed that every time that he got interrupted, and every time he wanted to talk, he got literally interrupted by the maid. Anyway, at present, that's really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. Now, Mr. Naruto, is that our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence? No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Mr. Gardev's secret. But remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruto. Alright, Mr. Holmes, Mr. Boy. The busy man indeed. Come back to his book, in the corner of the room. Alright. Nothing more here. Alright. Excuse me, Mr. Holmes. Yes, so true. To be or not to be? Yes, indeed, the question, Mr. Naruto. To be or not to be brushed off, that is the question. The answer is all too clear. Better get brushed off. Let's leave Mr. Sholmes in peace, shall we? Yeah, we should. We should leave this man in his own peace. In the books. Alright. I think that was it, right? Nothing here anymore. Alright. Get out of here. Oh. Ah, you're there again. Darling, what's the detective chap? I forgot his name. Still hard at work down there? The Hollow Shams? Yes, I want to know what's behind that, because that's literally covering off. Oh yes. Rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Shams is in his own element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, John. Now then, why don't you tell me? For the uptenth time, woman, will you watch what you're jolly well doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Ah, yes, of course. Rightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, so you'll be so kind. Oh, yes, of course. Wait, no. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourself. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all of that. Perhaps you could see yourself out? Wait, you're still not done. According to Mr. Sholmes, the guy is hiding something. And since no other avenue of investigation seems open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Yeah, I mean... You have to look, man. Look at the normal screen, yes. Okay, I guess Mr. Detective Sholmes over here has decided to just go ahead to straight up jump the window. What's he doing over there? Sholmes. Ah, we meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Oh, look, Sholmes, sir. At your service. Hello, what are you doing over there by the window? I'm given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is. It lacks an aperture for observation. Yes, indeed. I took the liberty of borrowing the small corner of space by the window up there. Oh. Really, did you now? Well? Keeping an eye on the windows at dusk is a prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Maybe. Another thing. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me. Yes. Who else is in this room, huh? That's the only one talking to you. I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detectives. A great mind. Well, more like someone who can jump all the, communication skills. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. I mean, Mr. Sholmes. There's a mighty secret in this room, modest room. But I see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just time enough for one of my great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Deduction time, huh? Yes, I got it up. So it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service. Standing as the landlord is most certainly not what we might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions one able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon. But for the first is that even as we speak, you are conceding the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that the result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Really? No, look. Just walking on the cold sweat. I mean, he's been always sweating when we talk about certain things. Unbelievably. It seems Mr. Sean's conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know, you mean? To inquire. The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. When in denser jungle logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. What is this guy talking about? What? And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to represent his logic and reasoning spectacular. Game is afoot. Time to correct his ass later. Nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see. The fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within those four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might be the beast take? Poor man with military breeding, your eyes uncommonly candid. Yeah. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garridab, leads directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the land statue. No. Well, yes and no, maybe? Yes, though, army man, you appear unimposing at best. The fact that has fueled admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Yeah, what? Okay, he got slapped. Okay, there's a slap on it. Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you imagined. Some red on his cheek, right? Oh, yeah. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam, I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to his current whereabouts. Oh really, it does it? But protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Really, a circus show? Okay. Yes. Thought to dispose of this terrifying lying Garridab, Mr. Garridab. The Batty's Circus, at Batty's Circus. I know what that is, but okay. A traveling show currently sojourning the nearby park. I observed the tents. Oh, did you know? Thought a savage lion, sir. The circus troupe. I most certainly did not. Wait, do you have a lion? Really? Cause my thought was here, my man talking mad, but I guess he does have some kind of, you know, ferocious pet in his living room. I believe I have made my point. Peace and peace. Which when Amok in his room was an Indian lion. Okay, mate. I think we have to put things straight here again. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lions prancing jubilantly through the ring of fire. A rampaging Asiatic lion. Topic 2. Aftermath. No, Mr. Garridab. It's very clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in the bliss pose, where this loss has cursed you, is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amidst fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But with that, we must know to ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And we need to follow the direction of your gaze too to find the answer. Okay, where's she looking at? Yes, it's a pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. So you had no choice but to let it go? Yes, well, what are you saying, man? Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out the one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? Okay, what is that? Some kind of fire? The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. Very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that carpet's not that expensive anymore now. It looks pretty burned or ripped. Yeah, okay, it looks more burned. Okay, it looks more burned. Oh dear me, what could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. The wondering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the desired state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Yes, okay. I mean, it's just cakes, man. There's no creature more dangerous on this earth than the beast with the unsettled and insatiated appetite. Was it or was it not? Once said by a certain noble woman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever you do, you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk his next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. Teeth marks on the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. I don't believe one bit what you're saying, man. What are you saying, dog? Not on carpet, not on by a lion. Okay. If there was a lion, things would be a bit more, I guess, just more have a bit more structure here. But okay. Okay, you don't need to. Dude, what is the problem with you? What's the matter with you? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Cigardi Depp. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deduction can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelation can make people spill tears at times too. Oh my. Oh my, indeed. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly not all those. Mr. Naruto. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think the line could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is only explanation for the facts. Terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realm of common sense as well? I mean, murder can only happen in the realm of common sense if it's not the fantasy world. But if Uncaged Lion had run amok in this very room, you would 100% see him. There was a guy there, and this man would have been hurt or worse. Ah, that's why you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that it sought the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing, but I don't believe I've ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Ah, my dear Mr. Sato, it occurs to me with some irregularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone stands on Great British soil, they are infused with the highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, what a glorious notion! Well, then, Naruto-san, your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. Is that message? That's all Mr. Short Deduction need. Massage. You can do it! Excellent. I'm waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Naruto-san. Mr. Naruto. We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Sherlock Holmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. Alright, time to change the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that the fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late, yes. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might take? For a man with military breeding, your eyes are a common candidate. Through the glance, Mr. Gadeb led us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast. Okay, why are we keep seeing these? Yes, I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Gadeb's reaction, it rather seemed as though some beast did indeed run amok in him. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was then? Let's follow Mr. Gadeb's gaze. Just to the answer. What is the photograph? It appears to be from Miss Gadeb's wedding. Looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. Oh, no, how unfortunate. Something must have stuck. The glass directly over with the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably there's not to work deeply either. I would say with this, you know, I have to wait a little bit. Okay, let's get this over with real quick. Glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all. But no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. Something powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruto. Yes, certainly looks that there's a lot of horsepower there. Not someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure. Oh look, have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? Yes, that's an unusual design. Looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. Yes, indeed, some kind of embellished sunflower. Oh, okay. Alright. right. We can only look left and right, huh? Well, this is the lion statue that Mr. Sherlock Holmes picked out. Yes. I wonder, perhaps if you did live with a lion, it would prove to be a rather sweet companion. I think. That's like a mouse trying to tell its family that the cat around the house is sweet. I suppose it is a bit of a flight of fancy, isn't it? Anyway, the best beast, if you're looking for something else, let's have a good look around. Mortar shell. Shelter for cannons. For the cannon, are they? Yes, they probably are. For the cannon. What a strange place to keep them. Indeed, what a strange place to keep them. I imagine they have some significant to Mr. Gutter from his time in the army. Maybe. Oh, of course, you mentioned battle. Do you remember he said he'd been shot in the knee? Perhaps it wasn't one of those that hit him? Well, that side hit his knee, there'd be nothing left of it. Mr. Gutter, for that matter. Mr. Trump has a Persian slipper, and this man has spent shells. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display, well, rubbish on men. Well, maybe. I mean, let's check the photograph again. I mean, must have been when the guy was still in the army, okay? Seems to be carrying his rather stout bright effortlessly, and beaming a smile at the same time. He's strong, hard to imagine now he's as the netherrake. Huh. Doesn't look like anything, to be honest. I cannot go anywhere. Like, yeah. I mean, I can only go left and right. There's nothing that shows me something different, something new. More shells, yes. Wait. Let's... Oh, I can present that, okay. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by the newlywed bride. Let's see, Mr. Naruto, though. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed pictures. Your wife got it, Mr. Gadadep. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, can still make out her mighty arms and note the real horsepower they must contain. Literally any woman with such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be the stretching point. Yes, might be stretching. Too late, the fact remains, the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Gaddidap. The chilling traces of the wild rampage are still very much evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam, I pray you to consider yourself unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with the one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket, okay. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of a Mr. Gaddidap anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that Maid's trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Gaddidap's wife could be. See, definitely not, some big ass ants got slapped right there. Definitely not, right? Alright, yeah, the pocket is right there. I cannot read pocket, more like the ring. He's wearing a very large ring. Look, oh yes, the sunflower design with some rather nice embellishments. And it's on the ring finger of her left hand, which means surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's on there for life too. I can't imagine who would slide off a finger of that size. It's something to think. It's another not to say. Do you know the girl's wife in the photograph had a ring very much like this one? Maybe. There was large sunflower design as well. Coincidence? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. There's gonna be that, Not one bit. Not one bit. Really? You're a great memory for things. It's not a wedding ring. I mean, it's still a wedding ring. I don't know what else to tell you. It's quite a coincidence that they have the same ring, isn't it? The wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. 1 second. Alright. Your ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah, yes. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gadiyev's bride. The photographic print. In other words, you are an ordinary household maid. No. You're Miss Gadiyev's lucky bride. You're Miss Gadiyev herself. Oh my. Word. Definitely word. You are that beast. That beast. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmised, this is the wife, yes. My John. Well, let herself go, you might say, but she was a bully. She didn't let her go, she was always the same. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I will assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? Alright, I tell you. I was a second lieutenant of the 3rd Regime. The man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considered opinion, such concerns about the appearance of a folly. You mean Mr. Gadiyev has his wife work as his maid? Kinda weird, but okay. Precisely. Alright, Mr. Gadiyev. Only in company of, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Top, tip-top secret police. Yeah, you better work with us. I'm gonna expose you, man. Puppet gnawed on by a lion. Now, Mr. Gadiyev, give us your answers. It's plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for the formidable beast. Indeed, and that belief posed to the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being reached by that supporting arm. Let's see. The show is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Casway a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. I think you're sitting beside your husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost the beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. Or perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance. According to Mr. Sholmes, the Gadiyev's pain is tangible though. What could the pulse of his really signify? Oh my, look at that bright red. Gosh, that's quite something. Clearly made by somebody's hand. Yes, Mr. Gadiyev has been slapped on the face, it seems hard. Hard. I've never seen such clearly defined a mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. Slap cheeks. At least got the cheeks clapped. Huh. A very large pipe, isn't it? Yes, anyone who has something that size hanging out of his mouth, his or her mouth, on a regular basis. Yes, definitely not a schlong. Is sure to have a serious chin like Mr. Goddidep. But what's that white band hanging around it all about? Oh, wow. I thought we could click on it. Well, I guess we cannot click on it. Oh yeah, I need to present it. I forgot. Yet weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refused to fade. It was you, Madame John Goddidep? Well, yes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheeks, huh? Yeah, for some reason this slap mark goes right into his eyes too. Oh, the blazes. Did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow, or, you know, someone with eyes at least. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame got to fly into a rage. And we need only to follow the direction of your gaze. Quite the answer. Well, yes, it is a pile of bills that has been given rise to the pain. Are we sure it's the bills though? Did Mr. Schultz say that the bills were all for line fodder? Yes, but now we established that the line never exists. It can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Goddidep's wife. Mr. Naruto. She's a person, not a thing. I mean, she's also a beast. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband this mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would the woman want to hit her husband with such a force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. I would like to know. Bookmark. Ah. Someone must have read the books at this time. There's a bookmark here, look! The Goddidep is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, it isn't. It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look, next to the signature here. Lip mark, made with lipstick. Okay, great. Okay, I guess we already have problems in the household. What a passionate, romantic gesture. Okay then, yes, Susato-san. That's part of the plan here. Oh, here. I'm sorry. You're fine. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Are we sure it's an actual love note though? Okay, good. Oh, broken plates. Oh dear, this plate has been smashed to pieces. Is it your last resort though? Nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess. Really missing out though. Well, anyone who has a cannon on display, everyone's clearly a little eccentric. Yes, let's call it eccentricity. Yes, yes. Pile of bills. What kind of bills are those? Looking at all these bills, it certainly amounts to a great deal of food. Meat and potatoes. Quite a cartload, wasn't it? Well, looking at the two of them, you can tell immediately who eats the lion's share in this household. Well, at least we are no longer talking about an actual lion anymore. Yes, at least we don't talk about that anymore. Great, isn't it? Great indeed. Stack of books. There are a lot of books stacked up on the shelf here. All novels that I never heard of. Would appear somebody has purchased them all from a second-hand bookshop. I think Mr. Gadget is something of a book lover. Alright, good. So the answer is right here. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, merry, passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note is a certain Miss Mary, is the fly of the ointment here. Oh my god, again! Get straight nuked again? I don't know. No, the bally woman. You don't know her? But no, it wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right, that's what I can say. I like this story. Now listen here, John. Old thing. I explained that at the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and that note must have already been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmarking mean. That's right, that's what I've been saying. Yeah, okay, now we're wondering how long it's gonna take till it overflows. I like this story. For heaven's sake, woman. Look at the name, it's written to James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John. A likely story. It's not a likely story if his name is James. I mean, John. Are you questioning my name now? The fuck? And there we have it. You arouse the sufficient of the female heart, and you unleash the beast with a ferocious bite. I mean, what's wrong with the beast, huh? They go rampant. And in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out the one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by the observing carpet, yes. Carpet, yes. Oh dear me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? A candle, a fire, broke out. So I'm afraid it is you who has universally revealed the truth to me. Your eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yeah, it's not this, okay? It's not this, man. But sure, the gadget didn't eat the carpet. Of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of the disarray that this room is in the result of her wild temper. Temper? No, that's true. No, this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Gadget's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can find. What's it? We can see, okay. Ah, so many cakes. Is that all you can think about? Oh, look at them, Mister. There's a mountain of them, and they all look so delicious and... yeah, broken down. I'm more of a tower than a mountain, I'd say. It's a mountain, and it's my hope that one day in our very homeland, I will be able to form a tea ceremony at that foot of such a mountain. Wow, and definitely a tower. Oh, there's an advertisement handbill for the circus. But these circuits, it's a nearby park. It's the same one as the one we saw earlier. Indeed, quite special. The one was folded up in Mr. Gadget's pocket. Perhaps they are very great circus lovers. Maybe you don't think. I don't believe so. I don't believe they're in the market for circuses right now. It couldn't be the Hungry Lion. Is someone involved again here, could it? I don't say anything about it. I don't believe so. Oh dear, I hope not. I hope not either. Alright, the next thing. Candlestick. It's a missing candle, right? Looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? The base looks too small, surely it's very unusable. Unstable, yeah, because there's a missing candle, and so is the balance off a little bit. Looks to me like even the slightest knock would make it topple over. Weird. Dangerous. Wait, take a close look at this. There's one candle missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that? I wonder, why is one candle of the 3 missing from its holder? Yes, why is that, huh? Why is that? Carpet. Carpet here has been ripped to shreds. Yes, and according to Mr. Strong's deductions, the tears match those made by an Indian light thief. Exactly. Oh, look here. What is it? Look closely at the edge. You can see scorch marks. Oh yes, so you can see. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all. Let's rethink. Mind. I mean, yes, there's literally a candle. Oh, whoops. That's not what I want to click on. Whoa. Now realize there appears to be something no circular argument. Yes. It's attack. I've decided to try a changing course now. What precisely was the intent of that? Is another. I find the natural progression of deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you don't have to turn for information. Oh, deduction. Did I hurt? Yes, a lot. Yeah, I was yes, get that out of here. Okay, I know what I'm talking. I know. Was the carpet actually eaten? No, it was not. It was the candle that's literally right there on the ground. Yes, the point is, how did the carpet end up like that? Yeah, it literally got lit up by a carpet. I mean, with the candle. You can see the candle here. Campers, tower cakes. Nothing here in the background. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of the frozen attack in which the carpet was devoured by are clearly visible. Indeed, they are. Scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks. It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital alteration. Altercation? Altercation, yes. Mr. Gadget's mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused such a cannon to fall from the holder. Jesus, what kind of power is that? Goddamn. It's like a Dragon Ball episode where, you know, one slab literally destroys mountains. And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, For the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. Fire indeed. This heart. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. I won't say ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Clap, clap, clap. Well, golf clapping this up. Mr. Sholmes, sir, I salute you. Okay, what is with you? Oh. Carpet scorched by a small fire. Solved. Alright, greatness has been achieved. Elementary. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know, nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of the one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material, which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know what admonish. Demolish might be rather close to the mark. Yes. And beast is most certainly. And here we go again. And the carpet was then destroyed by the fire, and the candle fell on the floor. Right to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke, couldn't see the bloody thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. Oh wow. Apparently everything was raging. The paint toward pictures, huh? One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Oh, didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The belly furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind its screen for the time being. Wait, I want to see what's behind its screen though. Over there, Mr. Gadadeb. Well, you have nothing more to hide now. If you'll allow me. Oh. I had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. My gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. But what a terrible sight it must have been. There was I, back up against the window under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. Well, you lost also a lot of pride in this one, man. The Lion's Pride, ah yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. Oh really, did it not? Well, I guess things come down crushing every once in a while. But the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast rampage. Yeah, he did. The show's deduction turned out to be correct once again. Yes, because I needed to correct the deduction. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick in full battle. Out of interest, what time of the day was that? Not sure, I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think? So exactly at the same time. As a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window, on the street, inside, were the flames fanning. Not the raging flaming. raging hot flames. Even more terrifying in the inside, I can assure you. The hole, the blighty could have been flattened outside my window at the moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? Mr. Shrums? Yes, Mr. Nalo, what can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Gadap's situation here. But what does it have to do with the not circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. But, my dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be could not be sure, but the secret would prove to be of relevance or not. This motherfucker, dude, what the fuck? I just knew you were going to say it. No, Mr. Naruto, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories, those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry, visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already? If we were to accept Miss Anthony's case, you have to officially paperwork to attend to. Yes, you have to go now. So that's it, huh? No more time to think. Yes, no more time to think. We have to go. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourself to bidding us farewell now? Yes, bidding us farewell? Yes. Doing that. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garida. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We'll be going now. Out the door we go. Thank you both very much for your time. Suzuki-san will be waiting for us. I'm going to have to give him an answer. Well, I guess we're gonna be moving out onto the prison. Let's go. This is waiting for his trial. Well, not really trial. It's more like waiting for the person who's gonna defend him in court. It's time, Mr. Naruto. Oh, Naruto-san. You must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail the car. Okay. Oh, what's the matter? Looks like something going on over there in front of Miss. Oh God, what? Yeah, in front of the Garidap's house. Oh, what's happening? Who the fuck is this? What's this clown? Why does it look like that kind of? My first thought was a Joker, but it's not a Joker. More like a court jester. Or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of person who looks so high and mighty. I know thee not. Old men fall to thy prayers. What the fuck is this? Who are you calling an old man? You rum-looking pimini? What? What? Okay, first thought was, what's Mr. Potato talking to a clown over here? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamed of in your philosophy. Who's this Horatio fella? Hey, what are you on about? Excuse me. Hey, what the? Who are you now? Yeah, I mean, what's the ghost question? What's going on here? I'm sorry. It just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryonosuke Naruto, is a lawyer, you see. A lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. That gives you, you know, every single minute is money. Where can we assist? I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English. Fine, I'll be on my way for today. But you mark my words. This isn't over yet. Okay, what is your problem, man? Just get out, get out. Get thee to a nunnery. Do I look like a blooming nun to you? Just get on, please, just get on. I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle, thank you. What was it all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you the lodger here? In the God Depths residence? Is it the guy who's on the lowest floor? Or was it up? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Is the guy mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? Yes, he did. This must be the man. You happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, the gentleman named Natsume. Oh, how worthy of a polemist. In a battle of words, yeah, could be there. Oh, a battle, you say? Who's the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. I see. I know what you're talking about, man. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. So far, maiden. So, good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well, my man. Major scene just goes off. Okay. Don't really understand him, but I think he's returned to the room. Yeah, I think he did. It seems he's unaware of what happened, Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. The also can't have man as lodgers. The Gary Depp house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I got to find the carrot. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly waiting for our return. Let's hope we can get to prison before visiting hours are over. Oh, it's you. You're here, you came. Welcome, student, Mr. Naruto Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh no. Think nothing of it, relax. Yeah, you better relax, man, and relax. Better relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Really now, really. How are you gonna purr? You'll purr loudly, loud and clear. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese. Oh no, let's not get carried away. Okay, there's nothing more intriguing than the familiarity of one's native land. Oh, on the other hand, it is thorough, through friendship transcending international borders, that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Yes. It's you. The miserable rotten spy. Sherlock Holmes. Holmes, what are you doing here? I have no intention of doing anything per se. I was observing, of course. Whatever you do, you mean, Sherlock, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room? At least your accommodation here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is a superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight and cost me not a penny. Oh, you! How dare you! Sherlock Holmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. Guess you're gonna see your end soon. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is bedamned. What are you thinking, Mr. Nuddle? He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodging, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? So, what did you mean by what you said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh no, why are you looking so grave? Making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. This really irritated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed tomorrow, somehow? I mean, I don't know. It can be. I'm referring to the prosecutor, the Reaper of the Bailey. Oh, the Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me. Nor is it succulently. In 16 salient words. No defendant has ever survived the trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution ever. Oh my goodness, can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly. Mr. Nadodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. Mr. McGilded. What? I mean, Brother Son, you shouldn't have brought that up. Now it's even more scared and agitated than ever. Ah, I'm impressed, Mrs. Soto. You have an eye for detail. I mean, it's really an eye, though. Not really quite obvious, was it not? Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Mr. Holmes? Surely can't be, that having failed to the accused convicted. Zeke's killed the man himself. Oh no, he couldn't have, surely. I mean, he never lost. But now he goes... Every time it's a huge trial murder, someone else got accused and he won, right? But every time he came back, you know, he won. At the same time, someone else died. Or got wounded. He has some wonderful notions. Sorry. He isn't a mass murderer, he's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow. Oh, yes? Why, of course he is. Of course he is. Then, why are you trying to scare me? It could be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What on earth do you mean? the Reaper. Bandix is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. That's good. Osaki-san looks like going to cry tears of joy. As you're no doubt aware, in each criminal trial, there's both a judge and the jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It's an excellent system whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Yes, it is. Right. Courts and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means, at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling impostors as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, it's from time to time, my dear madam, it's simply the reality of the situation. And that's alright. I mean, different system, right? However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Oh my. Their education may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom. With the months they all disappear. It is most striking. Disappear, but how? Ah, by all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under the passing carriage, perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by a highwayman. Also an example of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, I knew it. I'm dead. Dodo done for. Doomed. Not really, man. When you said a curse lodging before, you were referring to your room at McDaredev's house, I assume? You mean to say you believe the place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain, but I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. It didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me. All the time, from dawn to dusk. I shut myself away in my room, but even that didn't help. I feared the fear wouldn't go away. Oh, really? It's been very lonely, having been away from my home for such a long time. I had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago. No? Yes, why did they choose there? It seems a little inconvenient. Rent is cheap, I have so little money, and it appeared to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simply simpered. Simpered said, the room is cursed. Oops. Quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late. So I told him, if you have something to say, then say it. But if not, don't mention it in the first place. Yes, well said. But it was true. It was all true. I mean, room really is cursed, then? Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. Are you sure about that, huh? Spirits? Not the cat that was in the room. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it It is or her hard to believe in me, really, no one at all. Do you believe? Yes, do believe. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Naruto, pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the Esiburia, you recall. The Buria, that case. Oh, that case, the one with the snake. Yes, the one with the snake. Well, yes. At the time, I was satisfied but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate this. Did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? I see, yes, you mean... Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow, found with the victim in a locked room. Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised at the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. Quite simple, really, you said. I didn't do it, but I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? I mean, he is the kind of person who literally just runs with anything and see what he can deduct himself, and then someone else comes in, or like sweeps in and solves the case. See, the only things I believe in are those I chose to believe in. What? What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed, and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. I could have betrayed your trust. In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is the final analysis down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, he's right. He's right, locum student Mr. Naruto, Esquire. Why not? I can believe myself. You better believe yourself, my guy. You cannot stop there. Different is only good as his faith in his client. Oh, here it is. One that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. You were so right, Kazuma. He definitely was right. Only to this, yeah, how much you can trust someone. Well, my dear fellows, it is time. We're leaving, I believe. Already? I mean, yes, it is time. Go. Things are over. The guards will be here shortly to escort us out. There's a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? Maybe later. Oh dear. There's never enough time, is there? Mr. Natsume, if you'd like the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Locum student Mr. Naruto, Esquire. Oh shit! As I said, I only experienced the Rich Court for the first time yesterday, and although the man was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. What to believe in? The defendant, justice, or the truth? How to believe, even? But I think I finally worked out. Like I said, I must believe in myself above all else, but trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Naruto. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Welcome, student Mr. Naruto Esquire. I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Nasume. Fair to say, Mr. Naruto, that your mind was in many ways made up from the outside. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got there in the end. Mr. Susato, yes. Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me a personal judicial assistant. Yeah, please know my duty to takedowns. The shock events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind, but it's time to stop looking backwards. Brother believed in me, and Mr. Sean believes in me now too. It's time that I learned to believe in myself. Sasuke-san has no one, he's all alone, so it's my job to help him to fight his corner. Tomorrow, the courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. All strength I can muster. And save. Alright, I would say this is a good time to stop for today. You know, we got pretty far, and we are also now in court. Well, in the antechamber, right? We are close to getting the trial started. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Of course, it was gonna be a short stream, but you know, we still got some good 3 hours in, you know. Hope you guys still enjoyed it. Tomorrow, I try to get online for the usual times, but it's always a try. Try to get back into it. Try to play Assassin's Creed 2. We need to get that story moving forward as well. We have that going. But yeah, as always, you know, you guys enjoyed the stream. The follow is always appreciated. Same goes for Twitter as well. I'll always keep you guys updated on Twitter if I'm going live or not. I'm gonna be late or, you know, having a short stream. But yeah, all updates over there. Also have a YouTube channel if you want to check out more of this game or of this playthrough or other playthroughs that I did in the past on this channel. It's gonna be uploaded onto the YouTube. So yeah, if you want to check it out, you can do it as well. You can check it out underneath the channel. I have a link to that. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. You know, I always appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys also enjoying being here with me to enjoy these beautiful, beautiful games. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your day and onto a great start into the weekend. See you tomorrow.